Diamondbacks are set for some home cooking, and they're set to serve up TV. And Willie Castro leads it off for the Rockies. And that says he feels really good being a leadoff hitter. And Warren Schaefer has pretty much a matchup-based approach to his lineup. Third base side of the rubber. Shuttle going back and forth between Albuquerque and the IL. A slow bouncer to short. Perdomo's got it. That's.
Well, you better start.
Sixth inning in a tight game when he admitted he had little to. There's the high heater. The pitches just weren't what he wanted. Hunter Goodman, the catcher, batteries at Coors Field over the weekend.
This is something you don't see often in Major League.
And Erod being careful with Goodman. Takes a rip on 3-0, and there's if he gets something here on 3-1. Let me have it. That was the right one. Another fastball. That'll get out of play. 3-2. Goals. Hagnos. Warren Schaefer decided to push all his starter in there. Couldn't check on the sweeper. Chops it up the line at first for Willie Castro. Having a terrific year with the Rockies. Corbin Carroll first pitch. Corbin had the day off from
straight changeup or something, and he just.
And he wasn't able to his last 6. That one is foul at first. Ildemaro Vargas and Jorge Barros yesterday in the win over the Giants. Slices this one the other way along the line for Johnston in left. The second. He was have not won a series in May. It's 2-2. And that's headed for the seats out of play as well. Everything they do. And sometimes there's nowhere to go but up. You hard to short once more for Jerry. Little bobble there. Nice recovery. Okay. Big lanky kid at 6'5". Squib shot to second. Easy play for Marte. Starts in center field against the left-handers. Bob mentioned Brenton Doyle on the injured list today. Jake 22. He hits line drives and those gaps in that outfield. That's a great fit for him. 2-2 now.
Yeah. No.
Once more on the ground for Eduardo. You want it soft.
Good enough for your home record. This year they're 15.
He had 3-4 zip.
After what, 5 or 6 pitches? Yeah.
Yeah. Last 32 games, he's hit 330.
Ella scored 17 runs here at home.
And the offense is kicking into high. 2-2 is in the hole. It's short. Nice play by Tovar, who plants and throws behind. Vargas hits a high fly ball toward the pool. McCarthy's got a beat on this one. And Ildemaro.
The normal starters that go out and warm up in the bullpen, come back.
Fielder is a two-way player at East Carolina, where the Rockies. Gurriel hits a towering fly ball to left. Johnston at the wall, and he's got just enough ballpark.
Well, that was a great year. We got a record 14 home runs.
Yeah.
And I got 5. It's a bop up.
Braxton Fulford flies out. Of course, the big one came in the NLCS.
Teamwork.
It's all been managing, right?
Well,
yeah.
You know, one up and out over the plate for you, and you banged it.
And that was the only swing that I made and all that bat. 3-2.
That doesn't make any sense. And then, yeah. There you go. Greg Johnston.
Well, it wasn't just
Johnston.
me, you know.
Erod has set down the first 7. Troy Johnston fouls that one off as we chat.
One of the guys we don't talk about much about him. Greg Colby is a great guy time. So him is one of the great part of the record that he.
There's Chad Stevens, who starts at second base for the Rockies, making his
Hey, yeah.
Well, last week that was a boat, and I was glad to be in.
That's the big honor.
It's still the big honor because he was in here in Phoenix.
Sure.
I came to the games.
And there it is for our first hit in the ball game for either side after a scheduled off day yesterday. Well, that last time out came against the Diamondbacks Friday at Coors Field. Went 4 1/3 in long relief, and he gets
And he said we had guys on the bench that probably would have been starting off the bench and didn't lose a thing.
Embarrassment of riches that year for
Yep.
sure. Behind the plate Wednesday. Trying it again there, missed upstairs. Came over from the Cleveland Browns NFL team. And Del Castillo with just a dozen games into his Waldschmidt. And that is the difference that ABS has made. The human, they used to be balls, now they're strikes. Martinez center, and everything's dropping in for hits for Cattell these days. Sinkers a strike. 9 for extra bases. It's a ball and a strike. In the first 2 innings, he has 21 in this third, and hangs up for McCarthy in center. Time. Working away to those Rocks in a 1-run game before leaving in the 6th. Did a wonderful job. So far, so good tonight. He's fallen behind on Castro. Opened up in downtown Phoenix. Fastball's a strike on 3.
And we talked
Castro. We saw him D-backs in small doses over the years. That one is up into a light sky behind the on-deck circle and out of play for Gavin. Oh, he loses. Double play ball for Cattell for 1. Perdomo turns it.
very, very cool.
It is pretty cool. Not too hot at all. Very comfortable. On a plate, it's 2-2. 2-2. Swing and a miss.
His cheerleaders, guys.
Jerry's everybody's cheerleader. Jody on double, and was the decisive hit in the ball game. That's not a play foul to start this season. To back up those numbers from last year, prove it's not a fluke. Starts off the 4th against Zach Agnos. Has done a nice job. Just 1 walk, 1 hit. Fly ball to center. Easy play for Jake McCarthy out there. And there's so far between the two clubs, only 1. A little behind the Agnos at 50 pitches. They are taking advantage of this break in the schedule. Sink a whole lot different. Arenado just barely fouled. Goodman is under it with a mask on, and he's got it in 5. Target behind only the Marlins. Otto Lopez. Who saw that coming?
Last at bat of the game.
And he always found a way to keep it going. Then the next day he'd get 4 hits. Vargas chops this one up to short right. Freeman is under it. Over to start the 4th. The race by that double play ball. And the strikeout of Goodman. Team games that finally began to turn a couple of weeks ago. Fastball. Change up 6. Struck out 3. Now everything's sailing up and away. 3-2. Corbin Carroll on the move near the line, and drops in for a hit. Tovar will head for second as it bounces along the line, and he's got the doubles. Who shows bunt. Gabriel Moreno. So it's strike one. Hard to third. Arenado's got it. Oh boy, did he snag that one. What a play. McCarthy now. Grounded well off the bag at first. Vargas foot race, and he gets the bunt down. Here comes Tovar coming home. And he's different story now.
Yep.
They just had a homestand where they did not homer.
Yeah. 5.
At second and Fulford's at first. Line to right. Corbin's got it. Strikes. And Lourdes Gurriel leads off. Agnos has allowed only 2. Starts to get loose. Lourdes punches that down the right field line. Foul out of play. Lourdes down the line. That's over 500. Trying to get something going offensively. An easy play for Tovar from the edge of the outfield grass. One after that high cutter. Four-seamer up there. Reason why Agnos is pitching tonight. They wanted to push his place in the National League West. Moreno takes the sinker. He will, and it hangs up in right center. McCarthy and Freeman tie the. So Dell will be doing more catching. Aramis Garcia is here as the third. Waves at the split finger pitch. Goodman complete. Rodriguez and Zach Agnos. Here's Chad Stevens in his Rockies debut tonight. Stevens in 40 games at top of the Coast League this year. And he punches that fair at first, and Vargas has got it for a quick. Castro was grounded out and walked. The only walk issued by Eduardo. Competition level, and he's never come back down. And almost won't go after that. Line just beyond Cattell, and Castro from the leadoff spot aboard for the second time. The clubhouse before the game today. Managed to snag one. Got a garage sale worth of stuff. Celebrating his 27th birthday today. Just back from. Rockies have been pretty aggressive on the bases. Another check on Castro. Castro takes off on the 2-1. Freeman fouls off of infield and outfield. They like the versatility. Now the 2-2. Castro holds this time, and that's a base hit that just squeaks through Vargas and Marte. Castro stopped 4 times, and he's already punched out twice tonight. That changeup is
vicious
consecutively, but he's had a fair amount of traffic around him on the bases since. Strikes on Hunter Goodman. 2 on and 1 out in the 6th. Bounce to short. Perdomo 1. Marte. He struck out his first time up against Zach Agnos. He's been working in long relief throughout the year.
Boy, vicious sinker. That's his battle
system in Albuquerque with the Rockies. Started out in the Yankees minor league system. And Waldy's aboard. Check on Waldy at first. Base attempts.
And you look at Goodman behind the plate.
Fights off. And he'll call it. Marte, a liner to right. Waldy hesitated a moment. He's digging for third, and he's in there. Marte. Swung at a first pitch changeup first. 1-1. Bounced up the middle. Knocked down by Stevens, who makes a nice play. No. Eduardo Rodriguez. Change-up missed. It's 2-ball. Another move over there. Now it's holds for now. And the sweeper didn't sweep enough. There goes Corbin. Pitches the ball. 6.
Yeah, Corbin
got fooled on that. Takes a sinker for. Ooh. Ildemaro rolls it to second. Stevens quick with that glove. Tovar turns it. And Ginkel warming up behind Erod, who is now at 90 pitches. A fly ball off the bat of Tovar to right field for Corbin. Twice.
Yeah, that Erod fastball, he's throwing change-ups, fewer cutters, fewer curves.
That's the formula. Terrific defense overall. Himself included on that squeeze. Garros hits a fly ball to left. Gurriel coming in. Lourdes has got it. McCarthy shows bunt, spins her. Two-time Gold Glover, so McCarthy in there.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was acknowledged by the Diamondbacks on the DBTV board. Sky deep to center. Waldy backing up, still backing up to the warning track, and Waldschmidt's got it. Riel leads off the 7th and smokes one foul down the left field line. But they managed to get one run across. Lourdes to center for McCarthy. It's been a problem. Vargas jumped on the first one and
uniform on playing a game, that's when he's happy.
Moreno just beyond the reach of Stevens, and Gabby has been chasing a lot down. Goes off after a sinker there. There goes Moreno. Boy, he got it
before Castano even moved.
That shot of Jeff Bannister, the bench coach, and one. Dell check swing foul on that cutter. Oh. And there's a walk. That's the. Well, that is a big question. So far, no. Did he check? Here, maybe. They are, by the way, experimenting with ABS on. And he got him on that sweeper. First pitch swinging. Castro nearly threw it away. 7, 8, 9 scheduled up in the Rockies' 8th. There, Warren Schaefer, left-hand hitters, and most of them key players in their lineup. Murillo, as we mentioned a moment ago, because he's been a big weapon at the back end of this bull. Stevens, 7, 8, 9 here in the 8th. Spikes is very effective for him early. Murillo goes, and the slider misses. Johnston, and Johnston dunks it in front of Corbin. It's a 1-out single, and the Rockies have the tying run aboard. Play foul. Won't chase the fastball up there. Another fastball. He hits it into right field for a base knock. Johnston will stop at second. Corbin's on it. And there's ball 1. Fastball at 98, fouled away, 2-ball. Missed with a slider. Hey. 0 for 3. Fastball lands, and it's
high fastball.
Gabby wanted it down.
Attaboy.
Bounced the slider, and Gabby Ginkles under it. Infield fly. Gabby will take it, and that's a big. Missed with a fastball at 95. Grounded to third. Arenado, long throw. Yeah! Got it! Eighth. Starts him off at. Corbin drove in their only run with the fielders. 100 sail. 0.3. The fastest by a Rockies pitch. Well, the Rockies don't have. Rocky said once. Perdomo. That one sails away at 100. Doesn't work out that way always.
Not always.
Boy, this. He's got a splitter. That. Back to 100. Jerry being picky is.
Yeah.
And the go-ahead runs aboard. It's slider lands. Will give help. Just relaying signs from Bandy in the dugout. And he times him up. There he goes. Goodman to throw. And it gets into center. Here comes Perdomo. He'll go to third. Pressure, pressure. Up the middle. Halverson. Oh, they got Jerry hung up. He breaks for home. Rumfield covers. And they get the out. Remember, we showed you earlier in the show. 0-2. And it's Halverson. Tie game at home.
Well, because you're going to get last ups in the ball.
Cole, strike 3. Arenado in on the grass at third. Pop straight up in the air for Perdomo. Ouch, that got. Moniak hits a lazy fly to right for Corbin. Paul Sewald, 3 out.
Throw an occasional sinker.
Sweeper. Gabby won't shoot a bit. Castro up the middle. There's the strike with a fastball.
Pretty much wide open down the line or in the gap.
Moreno just fighting off these. Another one.
Yeah.
Well, he threw him. Squares up, pulls back, takes a ball.
Rumfield holding on Gabby over there at first.
Squares again. That's a strike. It's squares again. Gets it down. Mejia's got it. One play. Castro covers, and Gabby's in. Look at him. Sweeper didn't out. Inner sweep. Two. Got him. Oh, beat him with a fastball. That's. Diamondbacks have 2 walks. No chase out there. The change. Sweeper sails out there. Marte. And there's ball 1. Change up lands. Third. 2-2. Back to the sweeper for Mejia.